Mic check, mic check. I can't make this up. This is my third attempt. I thought I would come back for a third time and try to stream this same subtopic right here on YouTube Live. How y'all doing out there this evening? Happy Monday, July 21st, 2025. Yes, during the lunch hour I recorded this stream already. Do y'all know when the stream was over? It was not. I said, well, dang, talk about censorship, right? I don't know. It's different when I talk about it because talk about somebody used to it. You know what I mean? Just it's expected. I can't say it's not annoying that some of my opinions that are not trending or not popular. I don't know. People be trying to at least it proved it. At least it proved it. But in the community board, I did post a screenshot so everybody can see. You know what I'm saying? We always have a group of supporters in the live, but somebody always gets mad about it. I don't know what it is. I'm back. I'm back. I mean, yeah, because I felt like this was important. I was explaining the importance or going back over the definition of what a LEAK is. What does it mean to leak somebody's business on the internet? To leak somebody's business on a social media platform? To leak somebody's business on a podcast? Too many people are doing this just for clout. What was the solution that I concluded would be best? Anything I state on this stream in this hour on this topic is just my opinions, comments, and viewpoints. Nobody has to agree, okay? So I've heard other YouTubers say they had to do 3 or 4 attempts just to get a message out. I guess this one counts as one because this is my third time, y'all. Just trying to post my opinion about how people should stop leaking people's business on the internet. We can consider it a warning. We can consider it just that, just my opinion. But when we go down 5, 10 years down the line, and it's a big problem because people couldn't, nothing was ever done, no stipulations, no laws to protect people from that. Nothing was ever done about business being leaked. Then we'll see that I wasn't the one who didn't know what I was talking about. I think they should do something about that right now, and it looks like they're trying to normalize this behavior through people to I don't know, like they claim they talking about a celebrity's life and business. Bro, if you're talking about their business and they I ain't gonna say they didn't give you permission, but when we're talking about a leak, that's a whole different type of topic, bro. Like that's you literally digging in somebody's business, leaking it. What else is a leak? I was just wondering, or why is this so strong in my spirit to talk about? I don't care how much they try to keep me from talking about it. I'm not the type of person I get a thrill out of like, oh, let me get in such and such business. I mean, they personal business. Like I gotta go talk to their nurse, they doctor, they dentist, who else? They teacher. They just to see what Krishan Jr. is going through. No, a person that concerned would be asking where the GoFundMe is, contributing to his well-being in future. Because, like I was saying earlier, when I tried to get this message out across before, the real star is Krishan Jr. Y'all thought Krishan is the star? Y'all thought she's the celebrity? No, Krishan Jr. is the celebrity because his dad is the one that put everybody on. Last I checked, his dad, Blueface. If it wasn't for Blueface, none of them would be relevant right now, really. Jaden Alexis, Krishan Rock, none of them would be relevant. But yeah, y'all, this is my third attempt trying to post this today. I feel special actually. 'Cause they don't take down your content or try to block it or mess with your data and Wi-Fi connection unless you're telling the truth. Okay? Sorry, y'all. I have to get that. It's like why people get so offended. They're the ones don't want to hear the truth. I said what I said. I'm passionate about my work. That's why uh, I was saying how it's more important today that we keep our work separate from our personal lives. And how I feel like certain professions shouldn't be allowed to have a social media. I guess they not ready to have their talk, so they try to stop channels like mine from talking about it. That's okay. Like I said, 2, 3 years down the line, when it's a big chaos on the internet and people's lives are destroyed because of it, there were people like me out here trying to speak about these. Like, hey, y'all, we need to do something about that. Now, you were quick to hurry up and come up with a solution called the internet and social medias and like buttons and heart features. Where is the protection? We know everybody got some money. TikTok got some money. YouTube got some money. IG got some money. Twitter got money. All right. Uh, why is it so many people can come on a platform? Because that's not what I'm doing right now. I'm actually using Krishan Rock and her baby them as an example. You see what I'm saying? Like, look, this is another young lady. They swear, oh, well, she's young. She's in the industry. We can just leak her business. I mean, the baby daddy's locked up. The baby daddy's locked up. This is a perfect opportunity to ruin her reputation. I don't know what she did to somebody out here, and I don't know if they don't know if it's noticeable, but it's noticeable. It's like y'all coming after her reputation and character. You don't have to like who she is as a mother and as a person, but she had a rap album out before that baby was born, last I checked. She was already doing music. She was already a TV influencer. So all they can say is, oh, well, I don't think that person should have had a baby. Well, the baby's here now. And shout out to disability awareness. Because disabilities are not just induced, ladies and gentlemen, from sometimes it's just hereditary. I'm not defending drinking and pregnancy by all means or any type of uh, uh, dangerous lifestyle while you're pregnant, y'all. But to me, anybody get pregnant today is in danger. Let's really be honest. I mean, if they don't have a real plan where that baby was planned and everything was organized, how the baby was gonna, let's be honest, not every baby was planned. Y'all, some of y'all kids right now, you love them. And you had no idea they would be here one day. You see what I'm saying? I just want to wave the white flag, if you will, on some of the BS I feel like I see when it comes to people just, I mean, they just that hungry. It shows you the hunger in your belly. You got to go leak somebody. Leak. Leak. You got to go leak somebody. Because last I saw, they digging all in her. The internet is crazy, man. They say it's undefeated. But that's a quote also I'm here to debunk. The internet ain't undefeated yet. Y'all just ain't speaking up for what ain't right and what's wrong no more. That's what I see. It's more about let's chase the next clout train. Choo choo. And I'm not with that. I'll miss a few trains if the truth can come out to the surface. Because it don't look like the internet is going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, I said it. I said I feel like certain professions, what do they need to have a personal profile account for? Like, oh, well, I have a job, but this is for my personal use. I show my family and vacations over on my personal profile. At this point, if you do any type of social media creation, I just feel like certain jobs, they need to go ahead and assess that. Let's sit at a round table meeting and discuss this. Certain career people like civil citizens, that's where they had took my stream down when I started talking about that. I don't feel like they should have social medias. Period. Most of your work, you're a surgeon. Most of your life, you're at the hospital working. You're a teacher. Most of your life, you're at the school teaching. You're a principal. Most of your life, you're at the principal. Like, what do you need a social media for? I swear the only reason and they have right now is like, Well, because, we're still human beings. We can have a social media account. Well, which one do you prefer, your job or social media? They're the ones that's the problem. You got the careers and the money. What you doing out on social media? The rappers, that's understandable. That's how they promote and advertise their music, like I said earlier. Models. You see what I'm saying? Certain type of professions. And yes, that's no secret. Just about every business and company today has a IG. They have some type of social media. You know what I'm saying? Like a Facebook page. Any rent a center. I'm just giving an example. Rent a center. Y'all know who Rent a Center is? Where you rent your furniture. They have a Facebook. It's not a secret. Companies now use social media platforms to extend their advertisements and promotions. Ads are one of the biggest money makers on here. All we saying is, if we sign up for a Google Ads, AdSense, whatever it's called, and we deserve respect. I'm sure the celebrities have to subscribe to ads and what's it called? Agree to let ads run on their videos and stuff too. And I do it for people. I know Krishan is disappointed in her fans. I know she is. Cause if you a fan, why you out? She ain't the only one. Beyonce too. Y'all making people feel like they have to come out here and show y'all their kids' business. You got me messed up. And that's why I kept it intentional. Unless I'm sharing a family photo, I'm not finna come on here. This is what I'm going through with my kids. This is what I'm struggling with my kid. Y'all want Beyonce this? They was like, where her son? We ain't seen her son. Y'all still at her concerts. It's like, why are they suddenly trying to weaponize social media specifically against parents? That's why I do vlogs with the whole family. That's the level I'm finna get to, because what is there to hide? My kids got many talents. Beyonce, when y'all, her daughters perform on stage now with her. The same one they was talking about her hair when she was a little baby. Beyonce, I've been through that too. These people can be stupid. This was a multi-million-dollar singer, and they still came and said, why she don't do Blue Ivy's hair? If y'all don't believe me, go back to the old podcast topics about it. They would be like, she needs to do a silk press, straighten her baby's hair. This baby wasn't but 3-4 years old. They was already saying she shouldn't let her baby wear her natural hair in the afro. They just done went crazy, if you ask me. Really, people always been nosy. The internet intensified. The reason I feel like certain people with certain jobs shouldn't have social media, y'all do know social media have something called Messenger. Like, you can literally access anybody. If they answer their messenger call or video chat, it's called messaging or a chat. And it's crazy. All right, what was I finna say? Yeah, like, so you mean to tell me you can just, I'm gonna get in somebody close to Krishan's inbox? That's what creeps me out about the industry. People can seem like they can get close to your business no matter how they have to, just for a few likes and views and clout. This the new trend today, ladies and gentlemen. They call it receipts. Oh, bring those receipts if you're going to come and talk about somebody on social media. Bring those receipts. And now people feel like they kings and queens if they got a few receipts. Last I checked, receipts was to show what you paid for. Talking about receipts. Because if you bring them to me about somebody, I'm going to ask you where you got it. We know where receipts come from when you pay for something. It come from the company you just invested in, the business you just invested in, the product you just invested in. That's where those type of receipts come from. But they call these quote-unquote screenshots. That's why, I just have an eerie feeling about it all. You mean to tell me you can be in public minding your whole business, and a person, just because they have a phone, can pull out their camera and say, look, y'all, I see Krishan, and just start recording Krishan. Poor celebrities, they can't even go out no more. They can't go to Walmart nowhere with their baby without it ain't even just paparazzi no more. Guess who the new paparazzi is? Because everybody got a phone. I don't know. I don't see how these paparazzi companies are still in business, really. TMZ is damn near knocked out of the ball game. The streets is a better TMZ these days. Regular people, they'll go get the footage. They'll go record the fight. They'll go dig up your medical records. They'll go find out who you was with last May or last September. It's so retarded. Like, so what I do personally, I'm just giving some insight and advice out here, guys. Like, what I do personally, okay, if I know I didn't personally post something or leak something, there's absolutely nothing for me to worry about. It's not a leak unless you cut the faucet off and somebody decide to let a drip drop leak anyway. And I just feel like the only way that kind of stuff be happening is people with certain jobs have social medias and they shouldn't. Talking about leak. Ain't nothing leak. It's close sources leaking it. Who else could it be? They trying to make it normalized to talk about hackers and scammers so they can blame everything on them. Well, it must have been a hacker or a scammer. No, baby, I believe some of these people business is out here in the street because people they know put it out there. What you mean? It's called a leak. It never meant you was trying to hide your life or your business. Krishan was an artist, but long before that baby was here. Am I right or wrong? She was already an artist. So what I'm saying is her profession, her career was already established before that baby was here. What they trying to do though is just because you show a little face, a little of your voice, a little of your personality on the internet, they say, well, we gonna go, we know how to fix that person. If they don't like your internet personality, they claim they're gonna leak your business. I really think that's funny, but it's not. I just really find that funny. I said, boy, if this internet don't go sit down and have a drink or do something, cause I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care for rumors. I always kind of been like that. You gotta be really close to me for care what somebody's saying about you. Like why would I care? But I can't ignore the fact, like, well, people seem to be bringing more receipts to the internet, and nobody asks where they getting these receipts from. If you don't know Krishan Rock Perley, where did you get that receipt talking about? We got her doctor's office papers. Yeah, her baby got alcohol fetal syndrome. Y'all don't know that. They're so stupid. And she's such a courageous young lady to still share her baby with the fans and still share pictures and show his milestones and growth. But I guess all they trying to say is, well, Krishan, we would like you more if you would show us his journey of healing. What is this new addiction of wanting to see people heal after y'all done cut them and hurt them? Literally, like that right there. I'm like, what? What earth am I living on? Is this the same earth from 10 years ago? 20 years ago? That people literally feel closer to you. They feel like your change ain't real unless they witness you heal. You're not at the hospital every day to see everybody heal through what they be going through. So why are you trying to do it on the internet? Why are you trying to do it? And then what kind of sick obsession is that? You want to watch people heal all day, baby. You need to go work at the mental institute or the hospital somewhere in the health industry. Because that's all their job is to do. Help people heal. HEAL. You want to see Krishan Rock heal? Well, encourage her to heal. What? I don't get people's point. I don't know. That's weird because all of us know she is a young lady. YOUNG. If she's anything like me when she get older, all they make them type of young women do, even though they making all those mistakes as a teenager and 20-year-old, oh boy, them God favorite ones to show y'all and humble y'all self about. Because the whole time you been talking about them, they was young. They was young as hell. You see how the internet is? They be talking about Kim Kardashian daughter already. Call themselves dragging people. And they like, well, who cares, Arthur Tedder Sherry? Them people got so much money, they don't care what we say about them. I tried to warn y'all, so you think. I really hope to see more of them stand up and sue you guys. I really do. Cause like you never had the audacity to step in the arena of somebody's business just because they on the internet. They do try to justify it and say, well, you shouldn't have got on the internet. No, 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 you got it twisted, sweetie. We all got a right to be on the internet. You don't have a right to leak somebody's business. But we don't have enough people talking real about it. So I'll come and start the chain effect. Because I know I ain't tripping. We have a right. That's why it has a paragraph that you read when you sign up for these accounts. And me, I've been paying attention to it more so. Like, what all do Google ask me when I make an account? For real, man. Like, what does YouTube say just for me to make an account? What does IG be saying when you registering for an account? Most times they have a disclaimer, a disclosure, all kind of rules. They tell you right there, this can get you banned. See, it's some celebrities that's done got banned from social media platforms. Boosie, Trump himself, he dealt with a fight with Twitter before. But though I would like to compare us, I'm not going to. I know that we're all humans, and look how many going. People, privacy was once a golden, a gold you didn't have to pay for. All of us was born with it. Your privacy can only be leaked if somebody close to you is leaking it, period. That's how. And it makes it bad for business. Even if, that's why I say I respect the families that have those like family channels. You see what I'm saying? They just show that. They show their husband. They show their wife. And they show their kids. And they show their daily routines and what it's like to be them, right? I thought about it the other day. I said, we might as well do that. If you just show you, and they know you got kids, a baby daddy, sisters and brothers, they want to know all that too. Like, sister, I didn't come here to make this channel for everybody to know my past lives, but you want to see that. They know what they can do. Well, I want to know what Arthur Tedeschieri's past life was. Go look at a global ball. I'm not going to tell you just because you want to hear it on my channel. People show you in the description section of their channel what their channel was, what the intent of it. And mine don't say, like me personally, Krishan Rocks probably don't. Will Smith, anybody else who business they be digging in. I'm like, is they trying to take over the police job? Everybody police now. Everybody investigators now. Everybody got to know everybody business now before they support them. And this the part they give me. They be knowing the ones they support. They be knowing they ain't no better than nobody else. They real people just like me and you. They like, well, we don't know enough about Arthur Tedeschieri's business. Keep digging, sweetie. Just make sure you can swim, diving in the deep end over here. You know, it's not respected over here at You Will Make It TV. How can I preach people will make it, but people digging all in their business, leaking their business? Like, for example, I'm going to use myself for example. I know exactly what Krishan Rock going through. People claim I was hiding my baby because I don't want to put my business on social media. Like, I had already seen how people was when I used to post family pictures. Pretty much like since Facebook been out, I was one of the first people on there. What do y'all mean? What do y'all mean? Ain't nothing you can go bring up on there finna intimidate me. And my first account was at something like 17 years old. You see how weird people are? And I feel like people should be prosecuted who dig in children's inboxes, like young people inboxes, bro. Talking about kids don't need to be on social media. Bro, you better ask the teachers. The kids been on social media. Ask the teachers. That's why they talking about banning phones from school now. I didn't say it's official everywhere yet, but it's a very serious conversation in some school districts already in America, because the kids seem a little bit more distracted from their work, from their classroom participation. Every time they got a break, a slight break, you know, the bell ring, they in the hallway, they on TikTok doing a dance. Back in my day when we was in school, the hallway was you know what, I was telling my daughter, that's your time to text each other. We used to pass notes to one another. And, you know, you got those childish kids. Your friend hand you a note, some little boy snatch it out your hand and run down the hall. That was leaking our business back then. He read your whole letter and then give it back to you. Yeah, I seen what you wrote your friend about me or something like that. What, I told her I got a crush? See, it was innocent back then. Sometimes the teacher said, bring me that note. She catch you passing notes in class, right? Bring me that note up here. I ain't gonna lie. Me and my friends got in trouble for a few notes. It wasn't like we was staging to do something bad. It's just like, we're girls. We're being girls. We're talking about what girls talk about in those notes. It's like, hey, girl, your weekend. Not remember, y'all. Just try to imagine this. We didn't have text messages where you could just text, hey, what's up? Text an emoji. Uh, that's why I feel like I'm a good candidate for this topic. I remember just straight notes. You either saw your friends or you wrote them a note on some journal paper, sweetie, or you send it in the mail. How else did you talk to them? Or we talked on the house phone. The house phones used to get us in trouble too, because y'all know they can pick up the other line. If you got two house phones in the house, you can literally listen in. I guess you could say the art of leaking people business started another way, but it wasn't this crazy back then. Okay? You had a house phone. You want to tap into what somebody else talking about on the house phone, you pick up the other phone and you can hear their whole conversation. And yep, I'm not ashamed to talk about my life. I got caught on a few conversations on the house phone that I shouldn't have been on. If daddy and mama said get off that house phone by 10 o'clock, they wanted to make us look like that, y'all. I'm just trying to tell y'all something. Not every parent is stupid. First of all, some of us was raised, we was here before the internet. All I can do is tell my grandkids later about how I was here during the beginning of social media culture. Y'all, I'm going to be telling them, my daughters, y'all mama and them, they came in the midst of the internet culture. Me, I was here in the beginning of it. So they will have two different perspectives. My grandkids one day, they'll have two different perspectives. They'll be hearing from me, grandma, and my daughters. Like, this is what internet culture was back then. And it sickens my stomach already that I'm going to have to tell my grandkids. Boy, at one point, they got so crazy with the internet, they could just leak your business. Like, my grandkids probably ain't going to believe it. I'm going to be like, grandma wouldn't lie to you. And what is a leak, grandma? Leak. Just like what happens with a faucet if you don't turn it all the way off. What they like to do is go start a leak somewhere where you done already turned the faucet off. It's like, how can you intimidate me with that? Either tell me how the leak started, or tell me how it can be fixed, or I don't want to hear nothing about what was leaked, period. That's me personally. I don't even want to see it. Because it ain't a receipt to me. We live in a day where doctors are papered up every day. What am I trying to say? Papers are doctored up every day. Papers. Like, anybody can go print a paper today and type something on it and say, here it is, here's the receipt. It's that much plagiarism been going on. That's why in college they taught us about, I think in high school, some of y'all learned about that, how to cite your sources. They don't want no paper and you talking about you researched it and you got it off. Cite your sources. Where did you get that information? That's who you need to go research. Research the one who said they researched me. That way you know if that research is right. Just research them. See what kind of people they was raised around. What's their culture? What do they eat for dinner? Why they worried about what we eat? I mean, I don't know if you call that fanship. I don't trust it. And Krishan Rock, that's her life if she chooses to trust it. Anybody that wanted to go leak my little baby's business ain't no fan. I don't know what to call them. But that's what they've been doing. Yeah, we got receipts and record that Junior's still not walking. They weird, y'all. As if disabilities are foreign. People had disabilities before Krishan Jr. was born, first of all. And I have actually visited a NICU before with my own eyes. Let me tell you something. Them newborn babies be in there for a plethora of different reasons. Some, yeah, maybe because they come out addicted to drugs. That's why I don't feel like people should joke about her circumstances. Yeah, because how is that the baby fault? And then sometimes They removed the baby from the care of the mother immediately, like literally after birth, and the baby first days is spent in something called NICU. And for those that are interested, the hospital is always looking for volunteers. They got so much to say about Krishan baby. Did y'all know that they actually hire volunteers just to come hold the babies, just to come comfort the babies? Go up there and read them babies a book in NICU. It ain't gotta be your baby. Now you can ask Arthur Sherry, has she contributed her time like that at this time so far in her life? Not yet, but I was one of those in NICU asking. That's how I know firsthand they do look for volunteers. I at least asked about it, and I got more knowledge about it for when I'm ready. My own baby just turned 2 not that long ago, so that's the thing about having a baby too. Y'all expect her just to already have an album and already be back to working. Some women don't go back to work till their baby 3, 4, and these are the babies that's not disabled. You can have a regular functioning baby and still not return to work till their baby 3. You know why? Because some mothers choose to make sure that their baby is actually ready to detach from them before they return to the workplace. Yet we say we care so much about mental health. We care so much about the early development stages of a child's life. Well, really, even in slave days, I don't care how far back you look at it, there was always someone there to caretake for an infant or breastfeed an infant or just monitor that. They used to call them nannies, Nanny. And that's who watched the baby, because literally a puppy too. I don't care what kind of baby it is. It could be a puppy, an animal. It's not really healthy. It's never been healthy to detach a baby from the mother that small. I don't think it's healthy to detach a baby from a mother at all. But I'm going to say that small, it's even worse. That's why a dog, a bear will tear you up over its cubs. It sure will. A tiger, a lion, touch its cubs if you want to. And it's under 2 weeks old. Touch them if you want to. So I really say she handled this scrutiny very well. Because if it's a mama bear or something else, they really will do damage. You playing with their little infant babies. They really will. And that's not a threat. That's a gem of knowledge there for those who needed to be reminded. I get proud to sit back and see Krishan Rock defend her baby. People be like, that's a baby. Y'all don't get it. Y'all can say that a million times in the comment section. The internet don't care. Especially if they have a problem with the mother or the father. I'm teaching my kids right now. Somebody got a problem with your parent. Of course, that's not even your fault or problem. Like, people had a problem with me before I was even an influencer. Before I even wrote my first book. Before I even got my first elevated level of a career profession, people had a problem with me, right? And that's the thing. If back when I was younger, something I looked at, I'm not going to say I talked to everybody about it, but I was already studying it. Like, who around me do I feel fake? Who around me do I feel like really don't even like my mama? They really don't even like me. They really don't even like my mama kids. Because I was just a strange child. I was paying attention to that. Because it does matter. If you notice somebody have a problem with your mama, I wouldn't believe them when they come say, well, baby, I love you. I'm just been a realist for a long time. Like, how you love me, but you hate my mother? Jesus said he gonna be asking people that too. How you say you love me, but you hate your brother? That's a whole scripture. He said they be lying. They got a whole hatred for their neighbor down the street, and they talking about they love God. They got a whole hatred for somebody in their family. They got a whole hatred for a celebrity, but they love God. So that's where it gets, with some of us and what we believe in the faith that we walk. I can just have an opinion and leave it there. I'm not finna go as far as hate you because of how your life is. Nobody will hate you for what? That was your free will choice of who you chose to be in this life. Now, I can try to encourage another way of living. That's about it. It's still that person's choice how they want to live. And nobody ever told y'all that might be Krishan Rock's last baby. She can have 2, 3, 4, 5 more if she wants to. I just hope, she doesn't under better circumstances. It's men out there with a disabled baby and all, sweetie, will help you with your child. I don't know why the daddies get bitter after the fact. You could be that man. You stand up and be that man. You're the father. But no, unfortunately, people are not looking at her circumstances. Her baby father has been in and out of jail since that baby was born. And I'm tired of them coming down on the women head and as if the woman made every baby out here by herself. That's why I like what Tupac said. You can't tell no woman how and where to create one. Even him as a man saw that. He had his opinions about women too, but he was also a ladies' man. What you mean? And I don't know why they want us to believe Tupac didn't have no kids, but he probably had many. How y'all showing all this? He was a ladies' magnet and a ladies' man, but you don't want us to believe he had some offspring. But that's a whole nother topic. I'm saying, as far as the fathers though, I'm not bashing men or nothing like that. But yeah, you kind of got to, when it comes to these babies needing professional help before the age of 3, you should be actively in their baby life too. That's fine. His mama come out on interviews to be his spokesperson, but when he gonna speak? If that's his son, when he gonna speak? That's my thing. So until he do, people need to leave Krishan Rock alone, in my opinion. And we said this a long time ago though. Like I was saying, I didn't like how these people, whoever be around her, friends, buddy, paparazzi, you always gotta snap a picture from somebody from the side or behind and try to get them in a bad light. But women like Rihanna, you wanna see now this is a good mom. I mean, even I said that Rihanna looks like a good mom, you know. But I'm saying, look how they even show the photos when they snap them of her, cause she got a big belly right now. For those that didn't know, Rihanna. Just as a woman, I do. I sit back sometimes and kind of peep into the lives of these as they show us in the media. And I'm like, man, she holding down the fort, though. She keep dressing. She's always fixed up. She's always holding her baby's hands, because I think Rihanna baby's all under 5. So, you know, she always have them right there close to her, but she ain't hiding her kids. That's who y'all need to go talk about. If you really want some tea, yeah, they be like, yeah, we got some tea. It ain't tea unless they leaking something they know they shouldn't have no business leaking. That's what I think. That new trend talking about tea. It started off with Kermit the Frog drinking a cup of tea. I remember when the whole meme started. So it was funny. It was funny back then because you would just say, I got the tea, and you move on. You got the tea or you don't. Some of y'all tea need a little more sweetener in it. It's bitter. You see what I'm saying? You could tell people got tea from places they shouldn't even got it from. Period. Talking about they got some tea to share. Like, I wouldn't want some of y'all tea. Because, baby, where did you get it? How long was it fermented? Did you get it out of a tea bag? Did you boil it in a tea kettle, or did you buy a store-bought? Is it sweet tea or unsweet? Y'all just heard tea and run to the table. You shouldn't even drink everybody tea in real life. But on the internet, soon as it say tea, they like, ooh, I want some. And I can't call them nothing else but thirsty. You got to be thirsty to want everybody tea. That's crazy. You should have a preference and stick to it. But yeah, how y'all gonna come down her neck? So I'm not defending all of her behaviors by a long shot. That's not what I'm doing. But I will defend her as a single mother, a first-time mother. It seemed like all the people that be around her ain't got time to do nothing else but pretend like they helping her. But you always got a screenshot or a photo. Krishan Rock, be careful, sis. If I was her, I'd fire all of them today. Like, right now. Just fire them. And as you and your son start over with a group of people that truly care. Because it kind of show. It kind of showed. Like, depending how close people are to you, compared to the leaks that be out here on the internet, it just show you should cut them off. And she wouldn't be wrong. More people are moving that direction. Like, they can't trust people. When you have kids, you know, your life change anyway. I don't know if it'll be different for her because she have a son. But I know with daughters, eventually, yeah, you were going to have to, like somebody like me with all daughters, you got to kind of switch up the whole way you move. Nobody said I had to stop doing business or stop being an entrepreneur or stop living independently, but I would If I enjoy living that way, I would have to make different changes and make certain moves now because you have kids to protect. You have kids' reputations to protect, kids' whole futures, as a matter of fact, to protect. They act like Krishan Jr. is not going to see or hear about the things that people were saying about his mama. I don't respect it. I tell my kids about it all the time. I don't respect a person that will sit there and bash your mama in front of you or look at your mama weird in front of you. I don't know. That's what people on today. Oh yeah, I'll beef with you in front of your kids. I just think it's childish. Cause what are you trying to prove to my kids? That you can move me out the way and overcome them? I mean, how far does it have to go? Look. If I don't because their mother, what do you think eventually they gonna become? Shit, I'm saying, if all they was raised around is people disrespecting their mother, like, let's be honest. How does the child begin to treat their mother? Because narcissistic traits do. That's exactly how they're passed down. It ain't gotta always be hereditary. Who all have they been around? What kind of influences? And then when it came to their version of love and showing somebody you care about them, how was they? You know what I'm saying? How was they shown it? One man told me, it don't matter who the man was, but he was right. That's why I'm quoting him. He said, kids have to see people love their mama. And that was a wise man when he said that. I said, that's exactly, even if I got to be by myself for a while, and I don't just mean like intimate wise, I mean like literally by myself in this world for a while, to show people, baby, mom, if you got to see me practice self-love, I'm going to do that before you just raised around me deliberately allowing people to disrespect me, period. Because that's toxic in itself. You gonna keep a group of friends that's disrespecting you in your mama face? You gonna keep a group of friends that's disrespecting you behind your mama back? You gonna keep a group of friends that's stealing and always got something to say? No, I'm not. You know why? Because they always quick to preach that our kids should come first. Look what they said, telling Krishan Rock, talking about she shouldn't be in the streets. She should be at home with her baby, okay? So y'all assume she in the streets. She was a rapper before she even had the baby, bro. And that maybe she's trying to get back to work. Maybe she still got interviews she got to go do and studios she got to go to, modeling gigs she got to go to. And you bring the baby with you. But I would too. If my baby have a disability, I would rather him or her be comfortable at home with a paid nanny or whatever I gotta do. You ain't gotta be out in the streets at all these photo shoots just because this is what mama do. He can be comfortable at home, getting the therapy, getting his time in, everything he's supposed to be doing at home. What's wrong with that? Not every celebrity bring their kid on the road. I guarantee you they do. Bring their kid on the road every time they on the road. I don't believe it be going down like that, but I just felt like I would re-record this topic because it's still a very valid thing for us to look at today. Like when I see somebody claim they leak or got receipts of somebody, I don't want no parts of that. Because baby, if they ever turn around and come back for you for putting a business all over the internet, you're now a part of it. You want, oh, she has the receipt. She has the tea. She has the juice. Baby, y'all do know people only get the tea for the clout. Let's break this down, though. Let's really break it down. And why is y'all giving everybody clout who claim they have a receipt or something? See, some things is crossing the line. Like, oh, I got her dental records. I got her eye records. I got her body part. At that point, you just look like some obsessed freak. You need that person whole breakdown of their anatomy before you support their business? Since when? Since when do you go to the shoe store, the bag store for a Gucci purse, and you gotta know everything about the sellers, the people in the store life before you buy a Gucci bag? That's exactly why God humbled them. He humbling them as I speak. Yeah, they just found out them bags ain't worth a dime, really. They was paying all these high designer dollars for this bag and that bag, and China done already told us the truth about these bags, but they want to keep trying to live in a fantasy world. Like, oh, we better. We got Birkin bags. You got that Birkin bag off of leaking somebody's business too. But that's the tea over here. You see what I'm saying? I don't have no Birkin bags in my house to worry about. I'm not hating on nobody either, but if I do get me one, I guarantee you I work hard for it. In one way or another, I didn't have to go dig in a whole nother woman or man's business just to get me a Birkin bag ever in my life, y'all. So maybe I'm just speaking from a viewpoint. Do people remember? Some of us ain't never had none of this stuff. That's why we not willing to go the extra mile to go in somebody's juicy business tea to get. Like, oh, let me go find out who Krishan Rock real baby daddy is. Who y'all think y'all is? And that girl only under 25 years old. You look like creeps. You look real weird. Now, if you concerned for the baby, out of all this stuff I've been hearing them talk about her, ain't nobody started a GoFundMe. She never told y'all she needed some money. See, some help people need. Money is not everything. You actually need a specialist. You actually need an expertise person in that field to help you. You know what I'm saying? And they do have, I ain't gonna say free services, but services that can be covered with insurance. Don't y'all know? Krishan Jr. can have a caretaker. That's what they call people that have to have somebody, they come over to check on a person who's not quite in the hospital. They're not quite needing medical care every day, but they just kind of need somebody to look after them, help them with the dishes, help them with the laundry, because I've actually did that kind of work before. Not for long, but I did it. I can go back into that field too if I want to. I enjoyed it. People enjoyed me coming over. I would meet their families. We sit up. I was already good with talking with old people. They found out when I worked that job because you got to actually come to their house and, you know what I'm saying, provide some services. They might need you to go to the grocery store for them or help them out the shower, whatever they help walk their dog. They can't do all of that's what I'm saying. Disabilities are not, instead of painting her in the brighter light and say, Krishan, why don't you use this opportunity to shed awareness about how real disabilities are? Because people swear you can only have a disability because somebody inflicted you with it. And they really wishing that on our children. No, sweetie, some I said it on another stream, some disabilities are mental health too. And those everybody ain't always born with. Sometimes trauma inflicted that. And then you gonna sit there and call yourself judging how somebody how they deal with trauma. I just think the world is weird. I'm not the one weird. You gonna sit there and judge how somebody processed their trauma, or how they are processing their child's trauma, or how them and their whole household might be processing trauma. What you mean? You couldn't offer a line, a fish line with you couldn't know nothing. That's why that woman better be independent somewhere. They got a new viral trend of videos going around of single mothers talking about how the village is dead. They said, y'all, single mothers are really giving up in hope in what they used to call a village. That's what I'm saying. And okay, that's fine and everything that they coming out speaking on it more, but not everybody sees that because they have a village. They got a village they trust. You see what I'm saying? And I just feel like they need to stop comparing where people don't even compare. Like, if you got a village and I don't, you look foolish to sit back and laugh at anything I'm going through. Or am I tripping? If you got a car and I don't, you look foolish laughing at anything I'm going through. And people just supposed to believe it's loss after loss after loss when this person got a whole track record of gains. GAINS. Like, when she want to put her foot to the metal, a person that know they can get it at any time, they relax when they want to. They really do. And they sit back and you learn a lot. Like, look how people be trying to pay a bill. They be trying to rush you to do this and that. Sometimes I got whole extensions and I had the money just to see who's trying to rush into my business. Who is trying to clock the T? Who is calling themselves waiting on the leak? LEAK. Because some people peace is disturbed if it ain't no leak. If they don't hear no drip drop somewhere, it ain't a leak. Something is destructive somewhere, they have no peace. But me, I can have peace and quiet. I can have peace knowing nobody business at all. Really, you know. I know every day there's a struggle. For everybody that come up, somebody fell. For everybody that falls, somebody came up. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know nobody specific like, girl, show me the receipts. Even with men I've had and dated. Baby, if you moved on or you moved on to another woman, had a baby, like I really could care less. It shows too, like they almost have to fight for your attention. I don't care so much. They gotta try to, well, let me do this, let me try this. Maybe she didn't see me. I saw you the first 500 times. I just wasn't impressed. I'm not intrigued. Well, maybe if we put some glitter on it, let's add rhinestones. Let's do a Cowboy Carter tour. Like, if I'm not impressed, I'm not impressed, bro. You can't make everybody idolize you anyway. Just because you say you got the tea. Because you might get offended if I ask what kind of tea is it and where you got it from. And I wouldn't really care. It's just that it would be making a point. Now, you know you ain't got no business in her baby's medical records just for some channel views. And them channel views be having 20K. That, to me, that's temporary monetization. Because if she decides to get a little more mature and come out to y'all for talking and speaking on her baby in general, then what they gonna do? Try to hurry up and take their channel down? Try to hurry up and take their video down? Like they didn't say nothing about the baby. Just pay attention. They said when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. And people could care less. They just want views. They just want some clout. Oh, I like what she said. Yeah, Krishan, these young girls ain't at home taking care of the babies. Let me tell y'all who else ain't at home taking care of them? The daddies. But they never want to talk about that. That's why these women be marrying these celebrities, get that baby, and they flee. They done took off with some money. Very rarely do you see the celebrity give the kids to the daddy just because they had a divorce. Very rarely. You don't even see them do that. The women or the wives or ex-wives, it seems like they rather raise their children and just get some money from the man that got them pregnant. They even trying to start a rumor already talking about Cardi B pregnant. I'm sure when she's ready to tell people that, she will. Fanship has turned into manship. How can we make the women look bad just because some of them don't need us? That's weird. And I don't want that being normalized. People coming after people's children just because they're influencers, just because they have some type of status quo somewhere. Well, that's how we can know that person life through their kids. They was gonna know it if they gave mine some more time. Let them grow up. You can interview them as a grown woman. Then they could tell you all about it. Still would be coming from another perspective. That's that person's child. Remember when Romeo came out? Master P, right? Or who else came out? T.I.'s son at one point came out with some feelings. Or Will Smith's son. People be so nosy. I'm saying, yeah, that makes sense. When they're adults, they come out and they want to talk about something from their childhood. Let them talk. But digging in people's business, wanting their kids to talk while they little is weird to me. Their mom ain't even she growing up with them. That's weird. I reminded my daughter, you know I got pregnant with you at 18, right? You know, mommy had just walked across the stage from high school a few months before I found out I was pregnant with you. I shared it with her. I want her to know where she come from. I want her to know her mother in that way. You know, all these years, sweetie, I know I've had 3 other kids, but you've been with me since the age of 19 type of deal. You know what I'm saying? You've seen mommy grow up with you, and I'm still growing up as we speak. I said, so if you think I need help with anything, you know, you're one person I will listen to. I just don't let everybody critique me. That's all they can do. I don't feed into it. What, boo-boo? Okay. You want me to paint your nails? Okay. Well, I'm going to use blue. What color you want? What color you want on your toes? Pink. You want pink? Okay. All right. No, I'm going to use blue on my toes. What color you want? Pink. You want pink? You sure? All right. Soon as mommy's done with her live, I'll paint your toes.
Mommy,
What?
what's that pink?
Oh, you want hot pink?
Mommy, what's this?
She loved talking to
Mommy,
me.
what's this?
Boom, live. I'm trying to defend the babies right now. They sit up here and leak everybody biz. Give the people time to grow up. They ain't gave Krishan Rock no time to grow up. They just getting the clout they can right now. I don't respect nobody getting clout off no young people. But y'all do what y'all want. I'm saying, look at the stuff they're normalizing and then the stuff they be trying to shut down. They trying to shut down what's right and normalize what ain't. And then get mad at you because, well, we normalized it. Just shut up. No, it shouldn't be normal to leak anybody's business. Somebody should go somewhere and say, hey, there's a leak over there, just like you would with a faucet, a shower, anything else. When it's a leak, the quicker you fix it, the quicker you can plug it up. The less info or water, whatever was leaking. If you have a leak on your car, trust me, an oil leak, a transmission leak has never been good. If you have this kind of leak, the quicker you get to the bottom of that leak, the more on that car you could be able to save. Okay, go get your tablet and bring it here. Go get it. Bring it here. Yeah, like, so why wouldn't it be the same on the internet? Y'all better find out about those leaks. Some of them only talking so much anyway because they think ain't nothing being leaked about them. Sweetie, Beyonce herself car just got broken into. That's how easy a leak can happen. Whether even if they wouldn't have made the news though, we would have seen signs that something was leaked about her business. Somebody broke in your car and got some personal information. What can she do about that but report it? I think it's even a whole thing they using now to slow people down, like to slow down their whole to slow them down as a work. Like, why is this only happening to women too? So they got all the juice and tea. Y'all know if they had strong black fathers and grandpas and uncles around them, you wouldn't be able to leak nothing. Because they'll have to come talk to you about it. Like, what? How is this about my grandchild, niece, a cousin, or sister, brother? How is this y'all business? And you ain't helping to contribute a dime. Oh, I contributed a dime to get her medical records, though. These the kind of people that be on the internet, so y'all be careful. They got extra money. They got kids they sell, but they want to go spend their money to see what records you got. That's why they're not gonna ever find nothing with me. I never deserved that. Like, I never had a record. Even if I did though, they really got something called sealed records. SEALED. Like, people go to court to get certain records sealed too. Expunged. Like, just cause a person caught a case don't mean it's forever and stuff like that. They just wish jail and misfortune on Miss Krishan Rock. Like I said, I don't know if it's because she had some enemies or she pissed Blueface off. She pissed Jaden Alexis off and his mama. She probably did. You know. But I just say right is right, wrong is wrong. Like, look, his eyes going in separate ways. Blah, 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 blah. She can show her baby. You don't like what he look like? Get off of her content. But you go click on some mess. They crazy, man. The only place we used to get mess was tabloids. And a tabloid, you knew that it was a rumor. Them was the magazines that's at the front of the store when you go check out at the register. Here, let me warm it up for you. Can I open it for you? And you're gaining weight too. How much you weigh now? Y'all stay tuned. Me and Baby Dream, my baby out here in the background, we finna start a food review channel where she just gonna be, cause she can actually talk. And we'll be giving different meals and foods, you know what I'm saying, a 5 stars or 2 thumbs down, whatever she think. But I do believe my baby is bro, she talking better sentences than some of her sisters already. She actually be scaring me sometimes. Here, you wanna eat these with your vegetables? You got some chicken and rice. Let's pop it in the microwave. So, yeah, I got her, I invested in, like, her some cute bibs and stuff. I'm going to actually start a registry with Target or Walmart. To me, that's the safest way if people want to contribute, not as far as the food, but just like little cute bibs, anything that has to do with eating, sippy cups, plates, forks. I've already started investing a little bit. I'm never scared to invest because, before these great changes, the IRS, that's one people who do care. Like, if you invested, even if that business was a flop, they want to know about it. It's certain tax returns you used to could get, tax credits and stuff that you are eligible for just for being able to show that you did invest. You did try to put on a business venture. Um, that don't always mean you're gonna have a big return though. Some people businesses didn't do well the first year. They had to go in business for 2-3 years before their business took off. So the IRS is just saying that's one entity that always understood that, especially when I reported like, oh, okay. So where are the receipts that you invested in this? Anyways, we're gonna start a food review channel. She's a big Mickey Mouse fan, so I got her like the ears, some outfits where she can do her food reviews and feel 100% comfortable and safe. But I'm saying, like, we have business ideas, ventures we've been trying to do, but you got stupid people on the internet they want to be in a race with you. Like, I know you got business ideas, but I got leak ideas, LEAK, while you're trying to build yourself. I said, whoever, not even construction companies have people standing watching them build. They do the grand ribbon cut opening when they're ready, and people come to the grand opening. When did somebody have an audience while they're actually building, bro? I've never heard of it. They want to be there to see the roof get put on top. They want to be there to see who installed your door and windows. They want to be there to see who laid down the carpet, who painted the walls. It's unheard of. Like, who wants to be that close to somebody while they're building, bro? It's not to be trusted, because if you are watching how I lay my foundation, you feel like you can steal my foundation. That's why most people have caution tape up when they're building an actual building. Come on, mama. They say it's dangerous to walk through construction. Yet people try it. Krishan is still under construction. That's why I brought it up like that. Hold on. I'll bring it in here. Here, sit right here in your chair and eat your dinner. Sit down. It's okay. Sit down. Here, let me get you some juice. You want some tea? Sit down. Eat your dinner. Good job. Where was I? Yeah. Oh, I was just saying, like, even with real architects and people that build every day, who stands around and watch them build the whole thing? And nobody's supposed to be but the manager, but the person who put the money into the project. And I just don't like what the internet is turned into. They just gonna hack and tap something. Well, I'm gonna watch you build because you need to be monitored while you build. That's retarded. Bro, if they have the license and the skills and the talent to do what they do, how about you sit back like the audience supposed to do? We will announce the red cord cutting grand opening when we're ready, type of deal. Me and my kids. But yeah, it was crazy to see how many people want to run to an audience and see how you build. What was your foundation? Did you start on the ocean? Did you start on the land? Or were you in the air? At this point, I'm thinking about building some things in the air where they can't even access me. What is it going to take? I was like, I hope Elon Musk them hurry up and come out with that holographic technology, because imagine the days we can communicate through hologram. And I want to see where the smart asses think they can hack that, where you're actually dialing a number in the air. You know what I'm saying? Doot, 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 doot. You touching the screen, everything hologram. I think it's a great idea. With this though, with the way it is, just tap screen, touch screen, anything could be leaked. That's what the world showed us. You can tell it's somebody very bitter too. Like, hackers just used to be hackers. These hackers are bitter now. These scammers are bitter. It's just like the things they come after. You see what I'm saying? Like, one of them shorts had a picture of Krishan room. I'm still mad about that. Like, This woman clearly trying to be a music artist and everything, but y'all want to post pictures of her bedroom. Oh wow, she's nasty. She didn't clean up. That's all they can attack is your character. Like, bro, you think a manager cares how your room look at the interview? That's not something that they ask you about. You think Zeus Network asked her, well, to get this job, you got to clean your room every day. Krishan got some haters. I do give her that. I can even see that. You got some haters, sis, because who took the time to take their camera phone and go snap a picture of your bed or your the clothes on the floor? A woman that busy ain't got time to make things speak and span every second. Not a single mother. She gotta work and keep up with the house. But they be, well, I'm gonna give you a grade on what your house is. This ain't the 1970s. Back then, you could keep your house fine because the women barely even went to work. The house was probably sparkling clean, bubble suds and mothballs everywhere, mops and brooms and aprons everywhere. This is not the 70s no more, though, guys. They saying, well, your house should be clean. You're a content creator. You're at home most of the time. Well, what's y'all excuse with? That's what I'm saying. They do this with who they want to. I ain't never seen a picture yet, unless it was MTV Cribs of Beyonce house. We don't know how her room be looking, but y'all still gonna pay $5,000 for a concert ticket so you can sit on the front row. That's so stupid. If we gonna make this about one person and whether they clean up or not, and do they deserve their position and they work, we'll look at every celebrity's bedroom. That's retarded. Yeah, they post a picture like, see how Krishan's just young and stupid. They so wrong for that. Why? Cause her room ain't clean like y'all think it should be? Well, Junior was around some smoke. Just stuff they know they was doing too when they baby was little. I promise you, God showed me from a whole nother set of eyes. Like some of the stuff, these people just mad cause they're not me and Krishan's ages no more. They want us to age so quick, and it shows. Cause stress gonna do it. People talking about you and criticizing you all the time, that will age you if you let it. You begin, next thing you know, you got wrinkles and bags under your eyes, your hair falling out, you stressed out over somebody's opinion. They be like, well, it's an opinion, you shouldn't matter. Well, don't say it at all when her baby is disabled. That's retarded. Y'all act like you never seen a disabled person before her baby was born. This is you will make it TV because Krishan is one of those people we're preaching it to too. You gonna make it. She gonna make it. That's why when she have that next baby and put out that next hit album, people's opinions gonna change. Suddenly, oh, well now she's doing well. Oh, that's up to her if she wants to accept those accolades. But I was saying, I mean, don't be struggling these days. Though the economy statistics show what they show, somebody's still gonna leak something about your business. They need to leak those Epstein files or whatever that everybody been waiting on. Instead, they're trying to keep us distracted, leaking pictures of other people's houses. Hey friends, I'm not Epstein. You see what I mean? I'm not P. Diddy, none of these people. Neither is Krishan Rock. We single mothers. So I guess that's their golden trick. If we keep everybody distracted with what single mothers are doing, though we're the ones throwing all the spells and crazy stuff for, because that's what I was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or wasn't people saying Krishan Rock and Blueface looked so in love in the beginning? I don't care what nobody say. I feel like either one of them was putting love spells on the other one, or somebody was jealous of their relationship and did it. I mean, they're a prime example. I feel like somebody threw a love spell at that couple. They got even more jealous when they heard she was pregnant. That's exactly when they probably conjured it up. But I don't want to talk about that. Oh, well, she had a drink. What led her to drinking? What led her to that toxic stuff while she's pregnant? You think a woman ain't proud when she's first pregnant? But if a man is sitting there taking all your confidence while you carrying his baby, like what kind of a condition do you expect her to be in? They retarded, man. And they was he and like ha on the pocket. Look how he talks to her. Look how he controls her. Look at this and that. But I remember, I'm going back to the beginning, how everybody was like, oh, they so cute together. They is just such a cute couple. Oh my gosh, they love birds. They done did me like that in a few. Men are not the only ones that love bomb. It be those outsiders love bombing too, talking about, oh, y'all so cute. Going back home in secret hating. That's probably what they're victims of, Krishan Rock and Blueface should slow down and think about it all. Did somebody put a love spell on y'all? Or did one of y'all do it to each other and it backfired? Because there's no way it turned into a lovebird story and y'all young like that. We seen you go shopping and have fun and go out on dates at the beginning. I think somebody did a love spell on Bobby and Whitney too. Like, I'm just thinking about these things. These very couples that, baby, it couldn't be denied. They loved each other at the beginning. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying they still don't, like Krishan and Blueface or Whitney and Bobby. I'm just saying them type of relationships where people made millions of dollars from their demises, I feel like somebody caused the demise. It makes sense. Protect what you love. You know what I'm saying? That's why my next relationship, you ain't gonna see it nowhere on social media. They gonna be digging. If anything, if they see all my pages go down, they know what time it is. Or they would just assume, well, she must be with a man. But really, I never let what, boo-boo? Oh, you want to sound like a newborn?
Yes.
Oh, poo-poo. Well, let me go get you a bottle.
No.
Do you still drink bottles?
No.
I know you don't. So why are you crying like a newborn? Oh, I like your dinosaur shirt. Tell the subscribers hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi, baby.
Say hit that like button.
Hey,
Yeah, support you. Say you will make it.
would you make it?
You're gonna make it. Oh, I'm still have my t-shirts, y'all. I gotta start resharing them. And you guys, pre-orders are still available. If you're interested, I only got them in the color gray right now. My You Will Make It TV shirts. Just to let y'all know, they only come in the color gray. But I do have them in all sizes. Give me a 5. You big girl, why you crying?
I want my dinosaur.
Why you didn't eat your dinner? You got a plate full of dinner over. Come on. Come on. No, I don't have your teddy bear. Well, I'm gonna have your teddy bear.
No.
It's
Mommy.
right there. Here. Why don't you go eat your dinner? Sometimes it's like that. My older 3 sleep. It's just me and her. We vamp it out sometimes together. Me and her youngest. That's how it's gonna be when they go to college and stuff. Just me and her at home. So I try to get used to it now. It's not a side of life I was prepared for or anything, but I've always been known to, pretty much take what's on my plate and eat it. And just roll with the punches. Hey, boo-boo. We're not going to distract mommy while she's alive. What are you doing? Well, you don't want to eat your food? Look, you got some carrots and peas and chicken and rice. Come on. Come eat your food. What you mean, Come on and eat your food. So y'all gonna have fun with her personality when we start her food review channel. Y'all see she's full of words, full of personality, full of character, just like her mom. They try to dehumanize having personality. Having personality means you never know what that person gonna do next. That's the last I checked. They so full of personality. They can turn it this way, that way, like a notch. It go from low to high, from 1 to 10 type of deal. I do try to keep my lever at 5 for the most part. At least 5. If I had to go to 10, trust me, I had to go there. Because some people force you to. But for the most part, I try to keep it at 5. And I'm so proud of Miss Krishan Rock on tonight because the scrutiny and criticism, the ill people can be, it's just crazy. Like, even when she went to church with her baby, they had something to say about that. Because I said, since y'all talking about that, it's like you're trying to make a mockery. Like, look how black women think they can just go to God after their mistakes. You're goddamn right, buddy. If you're talking to me too, I know where Whitney Houston say, "I hasten to His throne." Yeah, when troubles rise, when I'm all alone, when my addictions overtake me, when the world turn their back on me. Whitney Houston said it best. The song is called "I Love the Lord." Um, but yeah, she said, "I hasten to His throne." I think that's the same song. I think that's the same song. It's still a big today. Here, hasten means like you're rushing. You're speedily trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I love how it seems like they're trying to make a mockery of it all of a sudden. Like, oh, look how these women, even with Kevin Gates' most recent ex, you know, how she had on she started wearing the Muslim and following the faith, and everybody was saying she was doing it just to be with him and all of this. Like, we feel just trying to make a mockery of black women and their faith. I don't like it. Here, I encourage Krishan Rock. Go to church as much as you want to. Me and my babies too. When I'm ready, that's a whole I was saying it earlier, like, for the past 3 or 4 years now, that's something I wanted to do. Before my new baby was even born, is get baptized again. But my thing is, I'm not just letting any priest or pastor baptize me. Clearly, I'm not going in there to come out with more spirits and demons and more troubles because you let the wrong person baptize you. I think she has a recording where she got baptized too. I think Junior got baptized, her baby. But I'm for sure trying to go back that direction, and I'm gonna report it. They always trying to snapshot some negativity. Make sure they there with the paparazzi when we get baptized. I want birth certificate. Baptism certificates for all my children. Here you go, boo boo. But you know, the faith that I walk in, I do not force upon them. But I see now why David said, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord," because it's kind of hard for you just to be doing it, and you're not. I'm not gonna say you're not forcing it. That's just something I had chose not to do with my children. Like, I can talk to y'all about the faith sometimes. It always gets brought up because maybe one of your babies had a nightmare, seen a ghost, had a fulfilling experience, and so that's what I offer as an encouragement to my girls is my faith in God. When things get turbulent for me too, but as far as just making them go to church or making them believe in everything I know, that's not what we do here. You know, my daughter, she think I'm gone, which I told her I am sold out for Christ at this point, baby. It ain't no mythical God or creature you can tell me about that's going to change my faith. It might not be something she understand right now, but I told her as long my love told me to tell you, you know, life is going to hit you in its own way. It's different things that bring us to the faith in Christ one day. And I want to hear all about her story if it happens for her, right? Which I know God loves her now. But it's just not something I force on them. But I don't like that. It's like they're trying to make a mockery of. They was like, Krishan going to church ain't going to. Y'all better hold up with what you're saying. God do still heal people. But then they going to want them under a telescope and experiments just for witnessing a miracle, just for God healing you from something. Y'all better talk to a living testimony like me. They want to experiment. The miracle was so powerful. Like, well, how did this not work? How did this not affect you? How did this not affect your blood? Y'all thought the miracles was a game in the Bible? You know, now you do have corrective surgeries. People go get BBLs just because. That ain't a surgery they needed for their health. But then you got babies like Krishan, baby, who actually be needing maybe some surgeries or some corrective therapies. You know, so we want to keep it respectful. And you notice the internet will never come out and say, yeah, you right, Arthur Tedder, we was wrong. You right, Krishan, we was wrong. We shouldn't have came out for your baby like that. We shouldn't be clicking on your content just to see your baby's disabilities. At that point, you just want that person to keep reliving their mistake. She has to, pretty much, God has already punished her. That's what they be trying to do. People be already going through their karmas from God, if you will, and they want to come be God some more and add some more karma. Hey, boo-boo. Boopy. I did. This was unexpected, but I just thought I would try to come one more time and give my reaction to this. Like, what's up with this new era of leaking information, bro? It's bad too. You know it's bad when the FBI got to come on the news and say, "Hey, everybody, change your passwords as frequently as you can. We in the middle of something." You know it's bad when the FBI got to come on the whole news and tell people, protect your phones and devices. So we're not gonna treat me like my topic is crazy. Y'all been telling people to protect their devices and stuff, but why not just preach to the bad guys? Cause what do you get out of leaking people? But clout. Clout ain't even real. What Cardi B say? They do anything for clout. Anything. Us that earn it though, they want to see us sweat blood, sweat and tears, just for real attention, real audience. It is what it is though. I wish the best for, like I said, it ain't gonna be nothing but crickets and people quiet in the place. If she is able to get back with her baby daddy and get married and they work things out, they ain't gonna be able to say nothing. They just gonna remember how horrible they was. Now it's gonna be like, oh wow, they're a family. He's helping her get therapy for the baby. Blah blah blah. She don't need no man to do that. One of those news headlines said he was stalking her. Y'all never know what they was going. They get to stalking you after you done gave birth to their whole baby, bro. It's so weird. Hey poo poo, what are you doing over there? You better stay out of my water. Are you dumping out my waters? Hey guys, it's almost towards the end of the summer, but I am not done actually with my water bottle drive. I ain't even got a day. I said I was doing free hugs. I don't care. That's a goal. Some people goal was to go to Florida, the Bahamas this summer. I just want to do free hugs day and go give water to the homeless. So I'm still coordinating that. I just been busy with some affairs. That's all right. That's why I pray to God. Like them burdens that shouldn't even be mine in this season of my life, just go ahead and take it, Lord, because it be a lot of people suffering, and I'm still able-bodied, will-bodied, everything, still in my right mind and everything to get out here and help people, but they be trying to stagnate people, and if I got to take my work to the streets because I'm not welcome on the internet, we'll do that too. You know what I'm saying? But I was just going to take it to the streets either way, because that is where the real work needs to be done. Notice churches, organizations, all these companies and organizations have buildings on the inside. Nobody's really doing their hand and foot work on the streets no more. But I know why. In some states, they made it illegal to go out there and feed the homeless, like my grandmother used to do. She would literally cook up big pots of stuff, and my granny could cook. All my grannies could cook. It shows how spoiled we were, because I can't tell you I can cook just like her. We were that spoiled. Like, get out of my kitchen when she cooking. And sometimes, like I said, it wasn't even for the grandkids. She's in there cooking for the homeless. She'll cook a big, what they call like a mukbang, and she would buy the foam plates and take her own table out there, and them people would be so grateful. That's the kind of love some of us remember and some of us seek. We don't need no love from no celebrity or somebody that's popular just because that's who make y'all feel special. It means the world to us for a homeless person to smile and say thank you. I didn't know what I was going to eat today. You see what I'm saying? You done brought them a whole pot roast and some cornbread on the side with some water. Yeah, let them talk about my cooking, whatever now. But I guarantee you some hungry homeless people out there will be grateful for a ham sandwich and a bag of chips and a soda. And what's beautiful about my story, as I'm giving it to them, I get to tell them, I ate sandwiches for a week. They're going to be like, you, Miss Whitney? Mm-hmm. I ate sandwiches for a week. I've eaten, you name it, tuna, bologna, peanut butter and jelly. I'm going to have them out there laughing, because you will make it. Don't you let a temporary circumstance, the temporary opinions of the masses stop you. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm going to end this on tonight. Shout out to Krishan Rock and the Malone family. Blueface family as well. We love the baby. I was just reminding everybody that the baby is the star while y'all talking about him. If Beyonce baby is a star and Kim K daughter is a star, what would make Krishan Rock's son any less? But see, this how y'all do y'all own people. It's weird. What would make her baby any less than them celebrity kids because he has a disability? People are sick to me, and it shows where their awareness and knowledge has not been tapped into yet about certain mental health, any type of disability. Just know, like I said earlier, you can have all the activities of your limbs and still be disabled in certain areas of your life. Where you say, well, she can blink, she can walk, she got hands, she can talk, well, she can go to work. How you know that person ain't disabled in other ways? You had no idea. You just looking at the surface level. That person look normal like everybody else, but they have OCD spasms. They have schizophrenia spells. So what? Don't you know people with disabilities are some of the most gifted people on the earth? But that's just to spark some of y'all interest in some deeper research about some of the things that we can get our knowledge up on. I'm pretty sure she learned her lesson. Y'all want her to carry that burden for the rest of life. Like, I'm sure as long as she's taking care of her baby, she remembers the mistake she made. Now give it up. Let that girl grow up a little bit. That girl ain't even my age. And I'm young, but she ain't even in her 30s yet. That's absolutely what I do not respect. People coming down on young people. Make that make sense. But they forgot to be a God. They were so busy talking about the young person, they forgot to be a guide. Guide. Guidance of some sort. And then were you a positive or a negative guidance? I don't know. It just seemed like I said that the last time I did a topic on her. It seemed like the people that's around her just ain't real friends. I guess somebody wanted to come attack my life for what I said. Because I said that way before they had the baby, y'all. I've been following that couple. It was one of my favorite celebrity couples back then. Krishan Rock and Blueface. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. Are you okay? Okay. And so I was saying I wasn't one of those that had an update every time we hear something about Krishan. This my next time even trying to talk about it. Somebody felt ashamed or something that I said it seemed like the people that be around her ain't real. I know she got a few real ones because when she went to jail, guess who had her kid? Her sister did. I don't care what you put in my face about some people. If I love them, baby, that's not going nowhere. You say, well, he hit Barney yesterday. I'm going to say Barney and Friends Barney or some man named Barney. That's the only extra detailed receipt. You sure it was Barney? Yeah. He slapped Barney yesterday. But, I mean, if I love him, you probably ain't telling me nothing new about him. He slaps kid characters, right? That's what I don't like. People playing like they don't know who people is once they tell them. Like, stop playing, bro. Hey, poo-poo.
Oh, hi, Mommy.
Oh, you made a slide? That's very creative.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll come over there and slide on it with you.
No.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Okay, let the baby slide.
Okay.
Yeah. What was I? Some of these people don't have real people around them. Men, too. If your homeboy ain't telling you, man, go take care of your kids. Go get that woman you love. Go pay that bill. They ain't a real friend. Somebody just want to know your business. Pay close attention. It's so funny, the ones God choose to use too. Like, he will let you go through the trenches just to turn around and go to them same trenches and help people out of them. That's the kind of God I serve. And from the beginning, it said everything he created was good. God himself is good. There's a lot of gods and goddesses, but are they good though? God. This God we be talking about, he's good. He will allow that child and keep his hand on that child as they go through that circumstance.
Stop.
Why I gotta stop?
Mommy, look.
Yeah, he'll keep his hand on them through that circumstance just so they can go back in those same trenches and help other people. Still, you can lead a horse to the water. You can't make them drink. It doesn't mean they won't drink. Some do. Some do decide to take that drink. I'm one of them. They showed me where that water was 20 times. But the time I finally went and took the drink, everybody's jaw was on the floor because they like, wow, she was actually thirsty this year. We had showed her way back in 2009, 2003 how to drink the water. It's 2025. Did you say Teddy Sherry? The Teddy Sherry's drinking the water? They said, yeah. What, boo-boo? What, mom-ass? Here. We've had enough of what trauma and victimization look like. Do people know what survivors look like? Do people know what victors look like? Do people know what healing looks like? They say they want to be there and watch you heal. It's like, what did you miss? Okay, they had to cut me open. Then they had to remove the whatever it is. Then they got to sew me back up. Then I got to heal from the scars of that. And if I move too fast, that scar is going to bust right back open. Y'all know that with stitches, right? With stitches, just because, ask some of these people that got BBLs. With stitches, just because, that don't mean you heal because they close you back up. And some of us in the spirit, we're in the close back up phase. It's been operated on. We just went deep within to see what was wrong. What you mean? Not that long ago. So now that we've gone within to see what's wrong, and they done closed this back up, if I move too fast, them stitches gonna break. I ain't gonna lie, I've been feeling a few stitches try to break recently. I'm not saying physically, but who I am in my health in the spirit, my soul. You know what I'm saying? The things that trigger my soul the most. Forget triggering your mind and something like that. What triggers your soul? And that's what we call spiritual surgery. Going to a spiritual doctor like, hey, now where have I been hurt? Or you tell them where you've been hurt so they can help you. Okay, so now they send me back home with bandages and stitches. And you got people that just want, well, I can't wait till she get up. If I get up too fast, my stitches gonna bust. So they don't have to do whatever they think and say outside right now. Leak the information. Yep, she had to be cut open. These were the pains and damages. They hadn't heard of a pain so great. But guess what? Mine had to be if my work is in the trenches, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't nobody in the trenches finna listen to you, and you ain't had no deep scars and cuts and bruises like they got. You not better than you just like, you were healed up in a way, you were sold up in a way. For example, I'm honored to say this. Y'all remember that show 16 and Pregnant? One of the doctors that delivered one of the girls' babies on there, she delivered my daughter. I'm not worried about nothing. I think she delivered my first two daughters. Yeah, because I had the same doctor. I ain't going to say her name, but she actually deserves the clout, the accolades. Like, the people need to give positivity out here, too. Praise God for some of these doctors. But it was just so crazy because I seen her on TV on one of the episodes, and I was like, what the hell, Mom? That was my doctor. She's like, where? Yeah, they laid it right there on TV. Yeah, she's delivered babies in California. Speaking of Krishan Rock, because that's where, they from out there. I'm not saying Cali had the best doctors or nothing, but I had one who went to school out there, and she became a doctor from out there. And she, I don't know how she ended up in Texas, but she delivered my first two babies. My first two babies 3 years apart, so she did work at that hospital. See, I just be thinking my way into stuff. Like, sometimes maybe I do have to shut up. But I was saying it for positive reasons. Like, she was a good doctor. She even made it on the MTV show to deliver. You got to know what you're doing to deliver a baby for a young girl. Maybe that's where she specialized, because I was young too. I mean, let's see. I was 18 when I got pregnant with baby. Oh, I don't know why I be telling people I was 19. I was 18. I was 18 when I had my daughter, because her birthday in April. I didn't turn 19 till September. And it was just crazy. Like, you had a doctor that knew what she was doing. She's actually specialized with actual younger girls delivering babies. People don't know that. That's why I knew a few things what they was trying to tell me with my last baby. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Do you know the kind of professionals that have delivered my other babies before? One thing about it, the same person that delivered my baby, that would be the one who checks on the baby. Like, when she come, you practically followed the growth of the baby the whole 9 months. Why would you suddenly be baffled at something when the baby here. That's another story. Like if you've been seeing me the whole 9 months, I almost told that doctor. Do you know who my doctor was? She was on 16 and Pregnant on the MTV channel. But I just hope she's doing well today. I don't even know if she's still in that practice because my daughters are 11 and 14 now. Most doctors do. They just get better at what they do. But shout out to you. She know who she is. I got one of those names that you just don't forget. And she saw me for 9 months, both times. She was happy that I chose her again with my second baby. I don't know. What happened? We had more options. But I'm from Texas. You have more options. Like out there, they already have doulas where you can have a baby at home. Uh, they help you. We have birthing centers too. This is a center where, let's say you is scared to tell your mama you pregnant because some of these teens get pregnant. They have centers. This finna make me cry thinking about it because that's how I found out about my oldest daughter. You didn't want to tell nobody. I thought they would be disappointed because I had just graduated. Like, come on, bro, you was finna go to the army. Or you had scholarship opportunity. You had whole scholarship offers at multiple schools. So, like, with my situation, it was kind of understandable. Like, I didn't want to tell, I didn't want to, like, openly tell an adult and them take me to the doctor to find out or whatever. But they have, like, birthing centers. Y'all can leave it in the chat. Do some of y'all hometowns have that? I think they're important. Or when I get to investing into more ministry type organizations in the future, that will be something that I think is important. There should always be a local stop. And we're not talking Planned Parenthood or nothing like that. Let me explain to y'all how it was. Hold on, poo poo. Here, open that. Give me one. Give me one. It's just pretty much a center. They can do a test. You know, you come in there, you remain anonymous, but if that test come back positive, I promise they're going to give you a whole folder filled of resources that, you know what I'm saying, help lead that young mother somewhere positive because we know that it's not just about her no more once that life is there, period. And people probably didn't know that about me and my daughters, you know what I'm saying, just when it came to the in-between specifics. You know, the resources and why I say God is good. Like, there might have been things I thought was little back then, but when I look at today and how resources and funding are being cut off and different stuff, like, I was blessed even when I was unsure. Not everybody can say that. I told God, even when I'm unsure, please bless me, because, you know, there can be a take advantage of. Look at what Krishan Rock is going through. God, especially when I'm unsure. That's when I need you to be the closest to me because I'm not perfect. These people think I know everything. I don't know everything. I'm going to tell you like this. When I don't understand God, is that okay? You know what I'm saying? He was gooder than that. He said, I'm going to lead and guide you then. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to show you exactly where to go. Just follow me. Just so y'all know, when Moses left Egypt, he didn't take no bag or suitcase of clothes. He didn't be collecting gold rings trying to make sure when God take your hand like that, and it's like, just follow me and trust me, you're on a whole another level of divinity at that point. They say the brother Enoch walked into heaven. He didn't even die. He walked into the heavens. He was so close to God. So I'll never fear telling somebody that I trust him most when I'm sure. It looks or sounds crazy to them. You have to be in my mind and heart to understand me saying something like that. Yes, even me, a mother, I wear many hats, you know. Some of them hats, as a matter of fact, it's not that I ain't gonna wear them no more. God just replacing them with bigger, nicer hats. But I always wore many hats, many shoes too. I was that person willing to take those steps sometimes if I see a young person ain't old enough, or I would speak those words if a young person couldn't speak them for themselves. I've been like that since I was little. You just always had people that didn't like it. It's really unfortunate, but it's needed. Those places, like I said, it's called a birthing center. You could go in there anonymous. Boom, they did the test, and I remember that hot feeling that came over me, like just nervous, like when she said it was positive. But it's like just a secret place. Young girls can come. and they help you with baby clothes, diapers, just anything, breast pumps, breast nursing pads, clothes, maternity clothes. From the day I found out, they also tell you about your other options. Now, I'm not going to say whether I'm pro or anti-abortion right now. That doesn't matter. I'm saying that I've been where Krishan Rock has been. Probably not with a disabled child. Actually, maybe that will help her to know that my daughter, they were saying she wasn't going to even talk. People don't know that about my oldest daughter. Her tongue, that thing at the bottom of the tongue that connects from the bottom of the mouth to the tongue right there. Hers is just, she was naturally born like that where it's shorter. Like she don't have a lot of room right there to like speak. I mean, or chew, when you're 5 and under. And it also was affecting her speech. So she had speech therapy for like the first 5 years of her life. And I said, maybe I should share my testimony more because it is young mothers out here still being criticized, critiqued, blah, blah, blah. Y'all don't even know how some of these young mothers got pregnant, first of all. And yes, they're still a mother. Once if they're a teenager, they're a mother. When you have a baby, that's what you became. You're a mother. People don't like, they say that they took the other parts of the Bible out for a reason because in the Apocrypha it talks about really how young Mary was, but we don't have to talk about that today. For real. That's really what they trying to capitalize off of. Well, Mary was young back then. They had babies young. And that's a topic I need a panel. Everybody opinion. All y'all come from all your religions. Let's talk about it. Whenever y'all ready. Arthur Tedescherry just has to be in the midst. With my experience plus my research, I have to be in the midst of a panel of that type of topic. I've been encouraged to start something like a think tank where I just invite a panel every night and we discuss these topics, because just because there was one culture's way of doing something, marrying the girls off at 12, 13, 11, that doesn't mean that that's the way of today. But would it mean that because people are doing it today, they're not wrong? Because you're kind of messing with the mental of that child if modern day society says, no, they need to be in school to the age of 17, and you out here already trying to have them pregnant. I actually have a clear mind about what I think is right and wrong in this life and in this world. Even if I was a man, I'm sorry, I don't think I would be attracted to anything younger than me. As a woman, I've never, let me see, it's been very few instances where I had like an intimate attraction to somebody younger than me. That is the truth. See, it's some experiences I ain't had yet, where I can speak on it as deep. That don't mean, like I said, I'm 33 right now. I can date somebody 19 if I want to. I can date somebody 27. It's just something that they can't say Tedescherry has done. They don't even have the proof of it. Because, even if a teen boy, a lot of them have tried to confide in me. I'm going to tell the devil, get out of my way and let me start talking to these young kids. Because I've had little brothers and, you know what I'm saying? I was more of a tomboy, actually, as the people that know me. I did not start off as some girly girl. I wouldn't say it's an identity crisis or that I was gay. But I just had more of a circle of friends that were males at one point in my life. I always did, because they just not like women. They're not so critical every second, everything you do. My homie ain't gonna come to my house and say, oh my God, you got a stain on the wall. You just don't deserve nothing in life. That's women that come like that, Go wake your sister up. Go bother her. Go wake her up. But yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to sound sexist. People probably tried to make me out to look like the person, I hate men or I don't like gay people. Hate is a strong word anyway. I will never hate men because I know where I started. I know that I was raised in a house with more brothers than probably a lot of people. And so you just know males in another way. Even knowing that didn't mean I didn't still need love at any given time or had to go have my secret moments where I do Even knowing how my brothers was. Like them and they friends, men are very honest people, you see. But at the same time, I've never just had one like back in them days when I had homeboys. Even then, it's like, why you gotta be a HOE? Why you can't look at it for what it is? Some of these guys had girlfriends and everything. And no, you're not talking third party, you talking innocence, like a respect. Like now that you have a girlfriend, homeboy, I'm gonna go ahead and back it up a little bit. You know how that is. Just call me if you need me. Like, you know what I'm saying? You actually wanted to see their relationships thrive. Like I know what it's like to have real guy friends that if they did have that type of attraction to you, they didn't tell you. But I'm saying, how if you already that close to the girl, they could have told you, and you could have took it as far as you wanted to. But just reflecting on those days, because Krishan reminds me of that too. You'll see her hang out with like Lil Mabu, just like certain more guys. You know what I'm saying? They always gonna look at that a certain way. Like, why it can't be that young lady? They need to tell the truth about me. But from the beginning though, you was a tomboy. You really was, like, just into sports, and I wore pajama pants and sweats all the time. Or basketball shorts if it's summertime, and a tank top with my long ponytail. I had a very very long hair, and I didn't do no bougie hairstyles. I wasn't like one of them little girls. Gotta have my nails and hair all that done all the time. People would be shocked to know that about me. I started off as a whole tomboy. You know, it wasn't probably to the brink of 15, 16. I was more into like uh doing what like girly girls do. If it even felt strange to me, I ain't gonna say it was comfortable, especially when I wore my first pair of heels. I, was- I didn't know what I was doing. I ain't gonna lie to people. People know that about me. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much just a leather jacket on, some sweats, pajama pants, like, and you really still was attractive then. Like, I shock myself, and I'm still growing more and more every day. If I know that I can go back and think of a time when I was a tomboy, but I was one of the first in my group of friends to get pregnant. So what does that mean, being a tomboy? Come on, bro. But I was thankful, back to the conversation about the birthing centers. Those type of places are important to me. And no, I'm not just referring to Planned Parenthood, where that's what they say they doing, Planned Parenthood. But these places actually were like, here's your options too. I remember them asking me too. They was like, do you believe in Jesus? It was just a crazy day. Because I actually did then. But I'm like, and I asked her, do I still believe right now? Like, come on, man, I just graduated. Baby, I don't know what to do right now. Have you talked to the dad? Well, first, at least see the dad's opinion. You know, that's what you call Planned Parenthood. Like, they were actually checking. That's their job. You came anonymous as a young lady. So they still were trying to make sure that you at least knew the right direction. They gave me a pamphlet of doctors and Medicaid and stuff to set everything up, too. And you never know who they can help today. Just knowing that places like that exist. Period. Knowing places like that exist. Um, Cause the abortion topic did get brought up, and it's really crazy. I can say more times than none. And I have 4 kids. It got brought up every time I got pregnant. Just that's not being rude. That's just telling the truth. Like, yeah, you considered it. Cause look at what Krishan Rock going through right now. I'm not even saying I agree with it. I agree with abortion. No, it's always been a touchy topic for people, and some of them will hate you just because your opinion on the matter. You see what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter. They've defunded most Planned Parenthoods anyway. Most of those it was way more of those places open. I can remember just when I was 15 and 16. It was the same thing. Like, it depends on what state you is. Sometimes the kid needs the parent consent, but they try to keep it to where you can come anonymous too, because their main focus is that baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, if one is really there, their main focus is making sure that you get the care that you need as immediate as you need it. And Even right now, I trust God. I wouldn't care if tomorrow I find out what seems to be the craziest news I've ever heard. They don't know what crazy news I've already been through. Why I would be standing there seeming so calm to people receiving that news. Yeah, people can say it's, well, she knew something already. Of course you did. You're going to know more with experience. When you take a person experience too young, though, I don't know what they thought they was doing, but when you take a person and give them more experience than they should have had at an age like that, you can't be mad at them for how sharp, how advanced they are. Stop it. In China, they don't complain. They start teaching them early for a reason. It's only here somebody's intimidated by somebody's intellect levels. Their abilities to sense the world around them like that. You know what I'm saying? When they came from deeper, darker places. What you mean? I know I was excited too. I'm going to end it at this. I'm going to stop it right here after I say this, but I was prophesied to before about a lot of things. What always would get me is people only know who you are around you, up close. So I'm kind of glad in a way people got up close and personal. But what about those moments where nobody's around? And I'm not talking about the secrecy of your home. I'm talking about when you're entertaining a conversation with a stranger, when you're entertaining a conversation with a bus driver, when you're entertaining a conversation with the person at the cash register, right? You can't tell me the whole world be there. Every time you had a prophetic word in secret from somebody. No, they did. No, they wasn't. Because I'm the witness. I'm the one. I know. And God had already said that, hey, I'll never leave myself without a witness. If I'm the truth, if he said in John 1:1, in the beginning was the word, the truth, and the light, no man gets to the Father but by me. So if God is the truth, you can do nothing but come more into the light, walking with him. This is what I was gonna say. And it's funny how this light was shed when I was younger. Like, yeah, you might just look at your circumstances, but I see where your intellect is because of those circumstances. I see where your intellect is because of those experiences. Some jobs you go to, it ain't gonna matter that you knew about birthing centers and Planned Parenthoods, and it ain't gonna matter, right? But if you get in the right field, in the right arena, you would be one of the most experienced in the room. Just understanding it through these young women's growth, right? Even when I talk about myself, growth is not, it's a natural thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, they've been saying it, like a young lady matures faster than boys or a man do. Y'all ain't never heard that quote? Is it a quote or is it scientifically proven? At this point, it's been scientifically proven. A woman is like sharper, not probably as far as strength and everything a man do, but when it comes to maturity, she's that way earlier than a man is. Like science told us that a long time ago. But that's why I feel like people should not actually be pushing experiences or making them more traumatic depending on the age of the person. And then that's not fair to turn around and later be offended. I'm sorry. What has that person experienced? You offended by their knowledge? You're offended by their opinions and intellect after what they've been through. That's too bad. Go sit down. You know what I'm saying? You're not God. You don't control it. If God himself allowed that person to go through what they went through, how are you mad at their experiences? God didn't like it either when that person overstepped their boundaries. God didn't like it either when that person slapped them and they turned the other cheek. God don't be with that. But he will allow a circumstance, because now it's like, I want to use this person in their experience. I want to magnify my glory on this person in a way that people with these same experiences can know that they're not alone and that healing is a choice. Once again, Krishan Rock to me is one of those people that's just, all she can do is attempt to heal right now. Forgive herself, heal, and everything everybody say, but look how people try to put a rush time on when you should be healed. It makes no sense. Are they the spiritual doctors? Even some of the spiritual doctors, I want their opinion. They gonna be some of the panelists up here too, cause I'm gonna invite them. If you're a spiritual doctor, last I checked, I just want their opinion. Are you able to rush when somebody heal? You might tell them, all right, now after this spiritual surgery, give yourself 6 weeks. Don't drink nothing but water. Make sure you eat a healthy diet, Tedder Sherry. You've just been released from a bad, powerful demon now that was on your life for 15 years. Now I need you to drink water for 6 weeks. You have just now been started the journey of your healing. Of course, if you work against the healing, you just cutting open. You're busting open things that were healed or that were trying to heal, and now they gotta cut deeper in the tissue and re-sew up things because somebody thought it would be funny to bust open some old wounds. You see what I'm saying? Or somebody thought it would be funny to not actually take the advice of the spiritual doctor and, just intervene with everything that person was given as far as instructions for their healing. That's why I say if Krishan was at church, that was one of the best places. What is that y'all business? If she wanted to make an album called and a song called Yahweh, let me get another one. That's her business. You know what I'm saying? That's her offering to God. Like, hey, because many artists have put like even Barry White, Al Green, you name it. It's some artists that, they might have started off in another arena genre of music, but they gave their career back to God. Elvis Presley himself has a few gospel numbers. Okay, so y'all can't judge Krishan Rock too much. If she want to go to church, or even when I go to church, you think they ain't gonna say nothing? Because their mockery, their point right now with spinning these narratives is that black women only run to God when we need some help. Well, a person wouldn't even run to God if you were such a great help. First of all, that's why he say it's actually harder for a rich man to enter into heaven. He said it's easier for a camel to enter the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. Because a person that feel like they already got everything, what need do they feel they have for God? They not thinking about, oh my God, he can intensify my sight. He can show me things in the spirit that I wouldn't have seen that would have led me to death traps. He can give me eternal life. They don't look at it like that. He can put me in a space where no matter what enemy surrounds me, because how can your money do that? Beyonce had bodyguards and her car was still broke into the other day, okay? I'm not saying she don't have God. I'm saying how none of us are exempt for anything. So we all gonna go through. I just rather go through with God. That's all I was saying. At least, at least God is there. It ain't like, oh, okay, somebody just did something to you. God even seen it. He was there with you. So you weren't going through that experience or circumstance by yourself. If anything, shout out to the pastor in the church that supported Krishan Rock through her scrutiny at this most recent time in her life. Shout out to that church. I don't even know the name of it. I might want to go visit. I think it's in California somewhere. But I'm not being funny, y'all, because it's a few of them, like Snoop Dogg, Beyonce. They say they got churches and stuff now. But, what's that poo-poo? Oh, what was I going to say? I don't like these seemingly mockery of women who turn to God or turn to religion after heartbreak, whatever caused it. That's what they tried to do. They just try to spin this narrative like, no, don't try to run to faith now. They say that about me because when they go to some of my old social media pages, why was I already talking about God back in 2005? Why was I already talking about God back in the church? They got video recordings of it, bro, like when I was a child, ministering to other children. Maybe you were just doing what you were taught to, but once again, we're talking about that experience. Because who knew that in 2025 they would come and say that I'm just trying to run to God to get out of my troubles. I have a track record of doing it. I'm not going to deny that. I also have a track record of, In the beginning phases, as I was learning about my relationship with him and how it was real, and how God got feelings too. As I was learning it, I was learning about that. Like, hey, I don't want to only be me personally. That's why I'm using myself for example. I don't only want to be calling on God when I'm in trouble. What really is my relationship with Him? Thank God for a moment to stop and think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because who would only want to be called? We'll say that in a minute. That person only calls when they need something. But let me tell y'all, let me preach to the whole world real quick. Y'all are like that with God. And He's already showed me. He's already showed me. A lot of the people, don't let them have an opinion about what they think you are with me. They're like that. They only call on me in they great mass fortunes of loss, and then it's like, oh my God, when somebody's on their deathbed, they be like, God, why me? Now, and you ain't heard that person talk to God in 22 years. But some people, yes, it's like forced positions in their life. Because if God love you that much, He'll send as much of a storm as He needs to call you back home. Let me just send mass destruction over there because I want you back at home. I'm calling you back to your first love, something like that. But a rich person or somebody that just feel like, hey, I have every connection and string I need. I don't need God. He humbles people like that too. He's just saying it ain't that a rich man can't be saved or turn his life around like Krishan Rock. It's just harder for them. Look at how much influence is around you all the time. Look how much money. You could just readily go get anything anytime. I'm glad God's showing me some things before I'm even on that level. Because why would it change you? Why would it change? No, suddenly you done forgot about God. You got $1 million check. I think I would spend the first 24 hours of the day with that check talking to God. God might tell me, now go put that $1 million check up. Am I going to obey Him? He might tell me, don't spend a dime out of it until 2 weeks. That's what you call divine guidance. Now, I can obey or not, just like with our children, or we tell your man something, he obey or not. That's when people want to say, why me, God? Did you even listen? Did you even ask for His instruction? Or was you just out here living how you want to do? That's why most of the scary horror movies, the exorcism ones that are true stories, you will notice that some of them people weren't even like in the church or anything once their house became haunted. Or it was already a presence there when they moved there, but they weren't just people of faith when they first began to encounter whatever that circumstance, that spiritual circumstance was. I did notice that. It's like they only call on the priest and God and Jesus to help them when it's mass destruction everywhere. I don't want to be one of those. If I was before ever, God been too good to me. Even when I was driving the car, I felt like I wanted. Even when I had a bigger home that I could afford, or I know that God was right there with me, helping me to put up my defenses a little better, or to pay attention to things a little better. God was right there. They didn't know that about me, but I can see. I was saying that on the stream earlier. We can all be looking at the same black horse, but God then already showed me 20 other different symbolisms in that one black horse. We all standing there together looking at the same horse. Literally. It's gotten to the point where it did before I left home. I started like pointing it out because I didn't know if I was going crazy. Like I point out certain things to people. Like what that right there mean to you? And they'll be like, here she goes, this divine mystical stuff again. Yep, here I go. What do you see right there in that number? What do you see in those letters? What do you see on that t-shirt? What does that black horse mean to you? They're like, why? It's just a horse, Teddy Sherry. And then I test them, but I'd be like, well, I saw this, and that. And you know the Bible say this, and that. Did you know science says this, and that? That's just how my mind is now. I see like 10 times more. Like your eyes just being a little magnified. That's how I can describe it. And maybe they need to be, because who can survive without seeing, and no assistance? And they can barely see. Thank you, God, for magnifying my eyes. Especially before I even get $1 million. But if I had $1 million, yep, I probably because they said, you can't be scared. Scared money don't make no money. But I would have to probably spend that first 24 on the floor talking to God. God ain't making another step now. It ain't just like, oh God, what you want me to do with it? It's like, how am I most protected? If you entrust me with this, I need to know, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more of your guidance. God might say, and God will shock y'all. Like, he done told me some things before, like, go spend it. What y'all think God was? He said all the riches is stored in his house. He might say, go spend it. Go to splurge. You ain't splurged in 33 years. You always was on a tight budget. Go on and go splurge. I mean, I'm just saying he's a good God. You feel me? But he might would respond that too, because not many, he would say, not many of my children come to me and ask me what they want me to, what they think I should do. You see what I'm saying? They don't even give me room to see what they should do with the blessing. They just go do what they want to with the blessing, Teddy Sherry. Just things he shows me before I have $1 million. Take a sip. Take you a sip. He would be proud of me. Like, man, not too many come and ask me what I think you should do with it. But I would ask God, and my way of giving back would be to those same places that I seen God bless me in, if that makes sense. Like those birthing centers, the secrecy of the other hospitals, certain homeless facilities, not just the shelters, but like I said, I have a dream to start one where they can come wash their clothes, take a shower, eat, read a book, use the computer, have a job section. Not just computers, but we actually have like workforce developers right there in the computer sections with our clients, and then open it from something like 9 to 9. Have a phone section. When people homeless, they ain't got no phone. But it was places like that help some of us. I don't care if you had to go one day. Some of them hold mail for you too. You don't have a place, you can't afford a P.O. box. It ain't a shelter, but this is a place you can use for an address, and they'll hold your mail for you. Period. And why would people, that's what offended me, why would people start trying to suddenly say those type of helps are some type of scam? Unless they're in there scamming, but last I checked, when a person go get help for something, it's because they needed it. It helped them. Like I said, even if it was for a day, a couple days in a week, they are making it more challenging. It's like you need a card just to go in and get a meal these days. You need a ticket. You got to stand in line. Y'all don't know what homeless people go through. But just know Arthur Tedder is still on that mission. With the last living breaths in her body, she will be giving it back to places that, she felt like helped her to, and encouraged her. Just like I be out here telling people, you going to make it. People and places told me that. You gonna make it. Just a few words of encouragement could take a person a long way. And I was prophesied it too that I almost don't like to repeat it, because I was kind of confused when I heard other people say the same thing. But it's not that maybe other people can get the same prophetic word. I won't doubt that. But he told me for sure in like the 10th grade, I would be a light in dark places. Now, any of us can say that God told us that, but let's look at who's been in dark places lately. We can go back just the past 10 years if people want to. Not everywhere I was where they would say a place of light either. They'll just say, well, this is what I saw that person doing. What about them secret conversations? Everybody that's ever crossed my path done heard me speak up on the name of the Lord. They done heard me speak up about my faith. So I don't care if it was a TV show that led to the discussion, a dream I had that led to the discussion, some symbolism I seen at that person's house. That's what I'm saying. I don't care how secret of a place I thought I was in. Sometimes I had to ask God, what is you doing here? God, do you know where I am? I'm just, God, like, you all right, my child? You just checking on you. You sure this nigga love you and everything, like a father. I'm just like, God, no, not right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a drink with my friend. Me and God have a story. We have a real relationship, and I'm going to shine light on it more. Because it seems like even though I ain't been talking, it shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't show through no big bank account. That's people problem. And even if I had it, like I just said, don't you know I would still go talk to God before I spend a dime out of that million? That's me personally. Thank God he did it this way. Somebody just came from the trenches. You throw them $1 million, they probably be broke 2-3 weeks later. They had no guidance at all. They probably done gave it all out to all the rappers because nobody prepared them or how they should carry themselves, how they should think, what they should be aware of, how they should be environmentally aware with that type of money. And that's all. You know, people was like, why we seeing more young artists dying? I mean, were they even prepared for this type of money? You know, but they do. They try to keep certain ones in the arena and box. Well, she don't need it. She ain't gonna know what to do with it. It's people literally already gone. Literally already gone. They had big 500K deals, million, $2 million contracts with industries, with music labels, and they not even here no more. So how you gonna say somebody alive don't deserve to go after $1 million if they want to? I bet you if I really wanted it though, it'll show. So God know my heart. I never wanted a million. I just wanted to be comfortable. You feel me? Like, just come. You tired? Turn that light back on. Boom. Turn it on. Now we're in the dark. Turn that light on. I'm out of here, y'all. I think I'm finna, I gotta do something really quick. And it's cold in here too. I'm steady trying to ramble on. But yeah, a light in dark places. I never forgot that. See, people could try to steal what I said and say that God told them that too. And it's like the people that was doing it, I ain't seen them in no dark places. But I don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? They can call me a liar and say, didn't nobody ever tell me that. Okay, why I've been in a lot of dark places? And you name it. I mean, physically, spiritually, mentally. Like, you name it, buddy. I've been in those dark places. Mentally, just you name it. And it ain't that you just, well, how can you be happy going through that much? It ain't even that. If God prepared you and told you, yep, you finna go through a season of dark places, why would I act confused? Yeah, even if he said it over 20 years ago, why would I act confused now? Actually, I feel like I have more clarity about what I'm going through right now. I feel honored. Like, God, you chose me to have certain circumstances? Or was it the devil? Either way, here I am standing. I'm not going to look at it like everybody else. The way he told me, and I didn't even have children yet. The way he told me, you're going to be a light in dark places. You know that, right? Through that woman he told me through. She probably still living out there today too. I never know who's listening to me. She know what she told me. Hey, this is me right here, Arthur Tedasheri. I'm an Arthur speaker now. And that's crazy. YouTube is dark too. Some of these social media platforms today. People, the new trend of leaking anybody business so you can be ahead of them. How you gonna do that to a person God already said was gonna be a light in dark places? You can blackball her if you want to, blackmail if you want to, everything with the word black in it. He said, this child right here shall be a light in dark places because this is the type of anointing that I've already placed over her life. I told y'all I would be just trying to, not today, God. I'm hanging out in the hood. God be right there with me, man. And I'm like, God, just nudging me on the shoulder, tapping. You sure these your friend? You done yet? That's why I don't think he judged me in my house. He just proud of me that you got away from certain things. Thank y'all for tuning in to another segment with You Will Make It TV, another discussion topic. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. That way you're notified every time we go live or post a new inspirational quote. We do inspirational quotes daily. Feel free to, because my device finna go dead, but y'all can go through my short section, check out some of our inspirational quotes. If you even have some inspirational quotes of your own that's been nudging you, that you'd like to share with the world, we like to hear them. You know what I'm saying? Email us at soulworkimages11@gmail.com. We are accepting pre-orders on You Will Make It TV t-shirts. And I'm also finna be back in the streets interviewing people because I do inspirational quotes and messages and insightful topics already, but I would like to share, help be one of those platforms where people are able to share their inspirational stories right here at You Will Make It TV. I don't have time to stop, slow down, think about no pain, trauma, none of that when I know what God told me. And I just hope this stream encourages one, two, three, even tonight, especially Miss Krishan Rock. Don't be